Welcome to my second Camtasia tutorial in a row. I did Camtasia tutorials a long while ago, but I feel like going into more detail now, so this is the more detailed explanation about some more features in Camtasia Studio for editing videos, and images and audio. So as you can tell, I added a picture and an audio file to add to the timeline. You can drag it in the same way. Also, you can overlay tracks. So what that means is you can add an image on top of a video, or add audio on top of more audio, or on top of a video, in order to make it more, in order to add more to it, if you know what I mean. Like if you want to have an image, an overlay, or something, if you want to have your logo on your video, you can add that. You can extend images indefinitely by dragging it, so you can make it last through the entire video if you want. And with audio, you can't drag it indefinitely because audio has to have an end, same with video. You can trim it by dragging it back. It trims the audio, and you can do that with the video too. It's really simple to do that. You can also split the video and audio by pressing S while you have your cursor on a point on it and you have it selected. Make sure you have it selected. It'll split it, and then you can split it at 2 points, and you can move this video or audio file above or below other ones. Just edit it to your heart's content. It's actually pretty interesting. It gives you a lot more freedom to move files around and put them on top of each other and edit them. So that's really nice. So, now that we have that settled, you edit the audio the same way as you do the video file. However, say you have a video file with audio combined, and you want to work with them separately. Right click on the video file and click separate video and audio. By doing that, it'll separate the audio from the video, as you can tell, and you can completely remove the audio. Where are you? So that you can overlay, like this audio right here, you can put it on top of another video without audio, and then you can completely put in new audio. So that's basically how you replace audio. You can also add music and all sorts of stuff with the overlay stuff. Just download music, and you can put it in with the import media. All of that's pretty simple. There's some other things you can edit by right-clicking, such as clip speed, which I also went over in my Windows Movie Maker tutorial. But this one has also more freedom, because you can edit it anywhere from 50 to 400, as it says. So if you put it a lot slower and it doesn't have room for it, you have to move everything around, because if you put it at 50, it will cut it in half and make it twice as long. Oh, it'll make it twice as long. So yeah. If I play it now, my voice will sound really weird. As you can tell, yes. You can make it 400 too to make it go really quickly, and I'll sound like a real chipmunk, which is a perfect opportunity to put this chipmunk on top of me. And that's basically how you edit clip speed. You can also extend frame. This is also a big one, because if you extend frame, say you have a part of a video you want to show people for a longer amount of time. If you right click on it, click extend frame, you can change the amount of seconds, and it'll play that one image. It'll play that one spot for a long amount of time, and you can add images on top of it, do whatever you want. That's how you can do, like, freeze the video for a moment if you really want to, if you have a scene you want to show off. That's what I do quite often when editing my videos. So those are the basics of just right-clicking on it and working with it. You see these things here, right here, that look kind of like zippers on the videos, connecting it together? Whenever you extend frame, it'll stitch the two clips together. You can right-click to unstitch it, and then you can work with the two images separately. If you unstitch it, it'll leave this as an image/video. It says it's an MP4 file, but it's actually an image by this point because it's completely still. And you can work with it like an image. So that's interesting enough. And that's the basics of stitching. Also, you can stitch videos back together, and by doing that, you can work with it as one file again. So that's how you easily divide and put it back together. There's another way to put videos together though. If you it's not just videos either. With this method, you can put anything together. Images, video, audio, anything. If you select multiple files, right-click on it, and click Group. This will put it all in one layer, one track I should say, and you can work with it on one track or just leave it as it is. This is good for if you're trying to organize your timeline because it looks all messy because you have files everywhere, clips scattered around, and you just want it to look better so you can work with it easier. Group it together and you can easily organize everything. You can ungroup it at any time by clicking ungroup, or you can rename it, such as media, and then I can ungroup it, and there you go. Leaves it as it is. That's the basics of right clicking on videos. All the rest of this is not super necessary, and you can do it in other ways, or you can figure it out. These are pretty simple and everything. The library is not really necessary for now. It's just a lot of stock images and callouts and titles and everything that you probably won't use too often if you're making videos for YouTube, but if you're making a professional presentation, you may want some of these. You can also add videos to the library by right-clicking on something and add asset to library. That's what you can do, and it'll add it here. Like my outro, I have it here, and that way you can just drag it in at any time and easily add it in without needing to import media. This skips importing media completely. Now, I'm going to go on to callouts. I'm not going to do all of these, I'm only going to go over text. Because for people who are making videos, making sure people get info is always a good idea. And text is a good way to add info to the video that you forgot to talk about during the video itself. By clicking add text, it'll add this default callout, and it'll just fade in text. I have no text written though, so I would recommend clicking here and typing in whatever you want to say. That would be hello world. So you can select everything here and change it to whatever you font you want, like Arial black. Change it whatever color you want through here. Change the font size, and I can make it say a really nice big hello world. I can move it over a video. You can give it effects through here. I tend to give my text a shadow, because that way white text shows up on a white background too. You can also give it like glossy finish. You can give it a kind of a plain finish. Give it a bevel, which these don't show up too well. They're just kind of extra things. But yeah, you can change the fade in and out time, or you can completely delete the fade in and out by removing it. And that's all you need to know about text, to be honest. You can make it look pretty good, depending on how you make it. And, plus, I always delete these completely. I'm using shortcuts to delete the sides, by the way. To split clips, it's S as a shortcut. And to delete, I don't use a delete shortcut, I use the cut shortcut, which cuts it completely out. It's the same as deleting, and that's Control plus X. So then you can add transitions to the text, your own transitions. So say you want it to glow and then pixelate out. You can see it glow in, hello world, and then pixelate out. So that's basically it with text. And the final thing I'm going over in this video is certain visual properties. If you go over a video, then you can add certain properties to it. Let me quickly edit this to remove the black bars, and I'll show you what you can do. I won't be going over anything up here yet, or the animation here. That's for later. But in the visual effects, you can give the video a shadow. It doesn't show up too much here. If I give the chipmunk a shadow, you'll be able to tell. Yeah, see? He has a shadow around him now. And it makes him show up a lot more in the background. You can adjust settings to it, like distance. You can change where off the chipmunk it goes. It can go full 360. You can change how opaque it is, which is how much it shows up. It's transparency, you could say. And you can make it have a blur. And more blur means it kind of more fuzzy at the edges. It's like anti-aliasing in games. But be careful, because adding lots of shadows and stuff can make your video preview laggy. As you can tell, it's really laggy now. If I take off the shadow, it's a lot less laggy. However, it's harder to tell right now because of how much I sped this up. Let me put it back on 100. So, it's moving normal length, normal speed. If I take off this shadow, see, it's moving normal, but if you add a shadow to the chipmunk, it slows it down. So be careful if you add too much here. As for colorize, that allows you to make your video look a certain color. So you can taint it with whatever color you want. You can make it black, you can make it white, you can make it blue, whatever color you want it to be. I don't use that too often, unless I really want to add some nice visual effects to my video. Border is better for square shaped images, though you can also have it on videos too if you want to put a video on top of another video. But what this allows you to do is give your video a nice outline. I'm going to give it a really big one right now. You can see it has a nice white outline now. If you combine border with shadow, it can make a nice looking image or video to put on top of another one. Remove a color is simple enough. It's good for green screens. See, you just have it set green right now. Because I have it set so it'll remove green from backgrounds of images that have a green screen on them. But basically, if I want to, I can choose, say, red, and completely remove red from the video, and it will look kind of weird. You can change the tolerance, which is how much red it will remove. Softness, which is how soft the outlines will be, so it won't be like so bland. It won't be so sharp in its removal. It'll make it more smooth. Hue will change kind of the color of the background. See, it's kind of, I never use hue much, by the way. And defringe makes it kind of black and gray and black and white stuff. Defringe is good for if you want to make something black and white, like a video, you want to make it black and white. Change the tolerance, change the softness for what you want, or pick a color that's more used. Add a lot of defringing, and you can make a black and white. See, now it's black and white. That's one method you can use. So yeah, those are the basics. Part 2 of Camtasia Studio. And I won't go over too much more, to be honest. I may go over animations in a separate video, because those are a little bit more technical. All the rest of these are pretty straightforward. I'll also go over production settings in the next video. I promised I would in this video, but sorry. You have to watch all 3 if you want to see production settings. Not really. You can just skip to the 3rd video. I don't care. Anyway, if this helped you at all, I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe if you want to. And I'd appreciate any feedback from you guys if you have any to give. So, I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.